You're listening to the Wedding Biz Network, the voice of the creative entrepreneur. Hey everyone, it's Andy Kushner, host of The Wedding Biz, in which I conduct in-depth and revealing interviews of icons and those who I feel are the next generation icons of the weddings and event industry. This is all to provide you with education and inspiration. And I am feeling inspired. I got a nice new kind of reset over the weekend. Spent several days in New York City, seen friends, people that I've interviewed on the show before, Preston Bailey, Andre Mayer, Phil Van Nostrand. It was really wonderful. And then over the weekend, my fiance came in and saw my daughter and her boyfriend and my brother's family, and we had a birthday celebration. It was really wonderful. It's just amazing how much can happen in such a short period of time. So yeah, I feel rejuvenated. Anyway, today's guest is Harold James. He is a French hair and makeup artist. His personal approach and idealization of women sets him apart from the other makeup artist professionals as he puts the unique personality and inner beauty of each individual first. His celebrity clientele includes Bella Hadid, Amber Valetta, Susan Sarandon, Karlie Kloss, Kendall Jenner, and Carolyn Murphy. He's contributed to numerous top publications such as Vogue Italia, Vanity Fair Italy, Elle Italia, hope I'm saying that right, Harper's BAZAAR, Grazia, L'Express Style, Glamour, and Cosmopolitan, among others. And he's collaborated with major photographers like Peter Lindbergh, Desiree Matson, Stephanie Galuzzi, again, I hope I'm pronouncing these names correctly, Patrick Swerk, Pablo Zamora, and so many more. Harold has also worked on advertising campaigns with major brands, including Dior, Louis Vuitton, Marc Jacobs Beauty, L'Oreal, and Ralph Lauren. So enjoy my conversation with Harold James. Harold, when I was thinking about you, I know you're from French Guiana, if I'm saying that correctly.
Yeah.
And I wonder, when you were a young boy, did you have any passion for hair, makeup, or was it something else when you were growing up?
This is a very funny question because when I was a child, I think at 6 or 7, I love, to say to my aunties, my cousins, my sister, what to do with their hair and with their skin. And I was very young. I was super young. So it was funny. Everyone was coming to me during the weekend because on Sunday with my family, we were just having a reunion, like a lunch reunion. And my cousins, my aunties, they were coming to ask for a recommendation. What should I do with my hair? What can I do? What should I do? So it was really funny at this age to have this question.
That is so interesting that I mean, you must have had a passion for all the beauty magazines and all of that, right? Is that what you were into?
Not really. You know what? I started reading my first magazine, I think I was 16 or 17, but I was just passionate by the way a woman she's doing her hair. I love seeing my mom doing her own makeup on the mirror, like choosing the perfect lipstick. She was very, very elegant, very classic, but elegant. And she was just looking for the perfect touch, like the perfect lipstick. If she would do her lips, she would never do like mascara or something like that. It would just be one focus. So sometimes it would be the eyes, and another time would be just the lips. So yeah, it was the passion for that.
Well, so did you start your first job, your first career in the beauty industry, or did you do something else before you found your calling?
So in the beginning, I was working in finance.
Oh, really?
Completely different, yes. So it was in finance. I did a school called Sciences Po in France. It's a school where some president or minister do. And in this school, you can learn different fields like economic, politics, finance. So I chose finance. It was very boring for me, but I did it because, I really wanted to play with it. So I started with finance. And after a couple of years, I would say 1 or 2 years, I met a guy. It was the boyfriend of a very good friend of mine. And I love seeing him doing makeup. It was just like, like a hobby to take 1 or 2 hours and watching him, observing him doing the makeup. I have no clue about makeup. I have no clue about beauty, but I just like to see the the movement, the gesture. And one day he was with two clients at the same time, and he asked me, "Can you take care of one client?"
Oh.
And I just thought he's crazy. I mean, I never touch a brush. I never do a makeup. So I just tried to be a good friend. And he was in a different room, the main room, and we went in a smaller room. So, I was just, I was very stressed.
Right.
Starting the makeup, but I did it. I mean, I just talked with the client. I pretend, I'm a makeup artist because she was not supposed to know I'm not a makeup artist.
Right.
So she asked for smoky eyes. I started with smoky eyes, etc. And maybe 20 minutes after that, he came back, my friend, and he said, "What are you doing, Harold?" And I'm doing the makeup for you. He's like, "No, I was just asking for you to give her a coffee, to talk with her, not to do her makeup."
That's funny.
But for some reason, I understand, can you do the makeup? So things start like this. And you say, okay, you have to do something because you never have a lesson, you never go to school. So there is something to do with it. And he introduced me to a very good makeup artist in New York. At that time, I was in Paris. So I went to Paris just to try and say, maybe you should just go to New York, following her, assisting her for 2-3 days, and you will see if you like the experience. So I say, okay. I took my ticket. I went to New York, and I just assisted her. It was very strange because it wasn't what I was supposed to do, but I loved the experience. And after these 3 days, I asked her if I can stay for 6 months. And said, yes, of course. But you would just watching me because I already have 10 assistants. So I said, okay, it's okay. I would just, bring you your suitcase. It's okay. I can do whatever you want me to do. So I stopped everything with finance. I said, nobody, all my friends, they didn't know it. They just think I'm going to New York for a break. And everything started like that. As an assistant and...
That's amazing. And then you started your own business after the 6 months?
So no, after the 6 months, it was only fashion. So just fashion, doing the fashion shows, editorial, campaign. I was an assistant. I wasn't a makeup artist. And for the Golden Globes, so we were all going to LA for the Golden Globes. And Angelina Jolie, 2 days before, asked for a makeup artist because her makeup artist has an accident, nothing big, but just a small accident. And she was requesting a makeup artist for an event. And for some reason, she chose me in all the profile she had. And of course, I was panicking when they told me this, but I loved the opportunity. So I did her makeup in the salon. She was very kind with me, super kind. And for some reason, she loved the makeup. And everything started like that. So she introduced me to another celebrities, and this celebrity introduced me to another celebrities, and everything started like this in United States first.
Oh, interesting.
And so it was United States, so fashion, celebrities. It was really during the red carpet season. So we started with red carpet first, and then have to go back to France. And I didn't really know what to do because I started everything with fashion, celebrities. Doing a makeup in America is totally different than doing a makeup in France.
Harold, I'm just curious, why is it so different?
Why is different? I would say, and this is why I love makeup so much, from a culture to another, there is an approach to beauty which is different. In United States, my clients, they love beautiful lashes, full coverage makeup most of the time. So they love to be glam. When in France, they are okay to spend 1 hour, but at the end, they want it to be supernatural, like you did nothing.
Interesting.
Totally different. A woman won't do a blow dry, for example. She would just hair dry her hair, brushing it, and that's it.
Huh?
Yeah, because they love the je ne sais quoi. They love when it looks simple, when it looks undone. Even if they took 20 minutes, 30 minutes doing it, but at the end, it had to look supernatural. When it's not the same thing for my friend in LA, and it's also completely different in New York. If you look, a woman who wants to have her makeup in New York and LA is totally different. I love that because it really means something. It means something about what you want to show, what you want to express. And in my career, in my philosophy of makeup, I'm very careful about it. When I have a bride, I really want to know who she is, what is her background, what is the culture. And if I have a bride, a Chinese bride, if I have a Brazilian bride, if I have an Indonesian bride, it won't be the same makeup. And this is why some bride, they ask me to come in a different part of the globe because of this, because they know I'm going to be very focused of the detail. And I know the detail. I learn about it.
How do you learn about it? Like, what is your technique, or how do you learn about that? Are there certain kinds of questions, conversation?
Yeah, it's conversation, but it's also after my experience in LA, I went back to France. I didn't really know what to do. And I have a client, a Japanese client, and she said, okay, if you don't know what to do, just come with me in Japan. You have to do my makeup once a week. I give you an apartment. I have different apartments. I give you an apartment for 1 year, and you do what you want to do. So I say, okay, let's do it. So I love this opportunity. At the end, I never did her makeup. She became a friend. But it was a good opportunity to understand the Japanese beauty and what they like, what they don't like, because it's very specific about what they like. For example, in Japan, they don't really put a lot of eyeshadow. They just want to have an immaculate skin, a beautiful skin, beautiful eyelashes, but not with a lot of mascara. It's very specific. And I love the experience. I thought, okay, maybe I should go to different countries to understand if they are also different. So it's what I did. So after these 9 months in Japan, I did a tour. So I went to South Africa, I went to Brazil, I went to Iran, I went to United States again. I went to different countries to understand the approach of beauty, to the philosophy of beauty to each culture.
Wow.
And it was by talking with my clients, by observing, by doing some mistake also. Because sometimes you try to do something because you believe this is the thing, but no. And it's working with individuality.
I see.
And I love that.
Yeah.
All of my career, it's about it.
I know that makeup is obviously an art. Obviously, it's an art. What inspires you beyond what you've talked about so far? What do you do or seek out that helps inspire you for how you do this?
So many things, because we start with makeup. I'm doing makeup, but also hair, because after this I start doing hair, and I love both. Different thing, I would say travel. The travel really helped me, for my inspiration. But movies, I love all the movies in the 40s, the 50s. I love seeing Sophia Loren with the beautiful hair, the beautiful wing liner. It's because it's a way to say something. I think that makeup and hair, it's the best way to express your personality. And yeah, like fashion exhibition. I love this exhibition at the Met, Heavenly Body. It was in 2018, I think. And I love, going to exhibitions and to observe and to see what people did before me, and what they can learn, what they can teach me, because everything has been done already. To be honest, there are some genius people. They think, they create so many incredible things. So yeah, it's observing, looking photographer also. Like Peter Lindbergh, he's one of my favorite photographers. Ellen von Holloway, Helmut Newton. It's a good way to understand the vision of woman. I love this photographer because the way they see women, it's all about empowering women. All the women are powerful, and I love this. I love a powerful woman, a woman who can control who she is, what she wants. So I love that.
Yeah, it's interesting. When you first mentioned Angelina Jolie, that was the first thing I thought. This is a very self-empowered woman. Angelina Jolie. It must have been.
She is.
What can you say about composition and texture? How do you think about that?
Composition and texture, if you look at my makeup, if you look at my hairstyle, I don't like to use too much makeup. Even at the end, the skin is perfect because I love perfection. The skin is perfect, but I like, to show some glow, but a soft glow, something very subtle. And all the texture, all the composition is about how you can play with the shadow, how you can play with the light, regarding where you are. For example, if I have a bride and everything is inside, in a ballroom, for example, like in Indonesia, like we do in New York, I need to see the light before. So most of the time, I'm I'm seeing with the wedding planner who is taking care of the light, and I need to know if the light is going to be warm, if it's going to be maybe blue, red, pink. Because of this, I won't do the same makeup. I won't do the same harmony, and I won't do the same texture. So talking about texture, of course, if there is, if it's not with daylight, the makeup is going to be slightly more intense because it can hit the intensity when you have a powerful light. When it's outside, on the beach, when in California, in Bali, place like this, you need to have just a beautiful skin. So in the natural light, but also on picture, is going to be beautiful. So yeah, I love playing with texture. I love playing with this for the hair. I never use too much hairspray, but you have to stay.
Yes.
I love when you just look at yourself, you know, when it's not overdone, even if it's glamorous, but when it's not overdone.
Yeah. I want to be sure you know the wonderful news of our latest show, Stop and Smell the Roses, with acclaimed lifestyle and event design expert Preston Bailey. Not only will he share the secrets, tools, and technologies behind his extraordinary ability to create a theatrical environment out of any space, you will also discover more about the man behind the magic. Preston will reveal how his focus on personal growth has been the root of his professional success, and you'll have the opportunity for him to answer your questions along the way. Plus, Preston will be inviting onto the show many of the star celebrities he has worked with in the past, so you don't want to miss a single episode. We also have another great show on the Wedding Biz Network, The Business of Being Creative, with host Sean Lowe. Since debuting last May, his show has really taken off, and he's continuing to bring you the creative business advice he's shared with accomplished industry notables. Be sure to take advantage of Sean's talkback opportunity by recording questions and comments from right there in each episode's show notes. So, if you are a creative who is turning your craft into a business or want to take it to another level, head to theweddingbiznetwork.com and take a listen to Stop and Smell the Roses with Preston Bailey and The Business of Being Creative with Sean Lowe. That's theweddingbiznetwork.com. How do you draw the line between being fashion forward or what is age appropriate or event appropriate? You know, you want to of course be fashion forward, but what about age and of course the purpose of the event? Like with obviously I'm not extremely experienced with makeup and hairstyle, but I notice with younger people they want to be on the edge of fashion. Yet an older person may have more sophistication. They have a different need and desire. How do you make the difference between the two? Being edgy with fashion and yet understanding age.
I have to say something. I love fashion. I really love fashion. But talking about the wedding, for me, it's not the same thing. Of course, we want some touch of fashion, but I'm looking for a timeless look. And when I have a client which is 40, 50, 60, I just want her to feel super confident, super beautiful. So I need to see with what she's comfortable with, how does she feel beautiful, and not just how she will look beautiful. Because to look beautiful, you need to feel beautiful. I can do, for example, a makeup and I would think she's incredible, but if she's not comfortable because she has some issue with something, she won't feel it. She won't be beautiful. She won't feel comfortable when she's gonna go to when she's gonna see her guests, she needs to be super confident. So everything starts with a conversation. Everything starts with a conversation about what she loves, what she doesn't like, how she feels incredible. Because I just want my client to feel incredible. I just want them to feel beautiful, but just incredible. And no matter the age, no matter the age, a woman or a man has some concern. It's all about looking for what makes you feel confident.
Do you apply the same beauty principles with your celebrity clients and brides?
Almost, yes. Almost. For a red carpet, the pictures, especially today with Instagram, with social media, there is picture everywhere. Just after a couple of minutes, you can find a picture on internet, you can find a picture on Instagram. So the look needs to be absolutely perfect in every angle. And so like from the legs to neck, everything needs to be perfect. And I do exactly the same thing with my client. It's like a red carpet when you think about it. It's when you're walking down the hills, it's not red, it's white, but it's the same thing because there is all the pressure, all the stress, all the intensity, and you don't want to think about, is my hair perfect? Do I have to put more eyeshadow? You just need to be perfect. And like for red carpet, all your guests are going to look at you. They're going to see how is the dress, how is the hair, is she super glowy? I mean, it's all these questions. So before the ceremony, I take like 20 to 30 minutes with the bride, taking a lot of pictures in different angles to see if everything is perfect. So she doesn't have to think about it. The only thing for me is to think about her husband, of course, her enjoying the moment and not thinking or stressing about the look. So what we do, yes, 30 minutes, seeing if everything is great. Most of the time, I like to think about 2 or 3 different poses, so she knows how to pose for the pictures also.
Yes.
Because sometimes with the stress, you just don't know what to do. You don't know where to do with your hands. You don't know what to do with your head. So with the pre-pose, you exactly know what to do. So this is what I'm doing with celebrities. I'm doing the same thing with my clients.
I know that obviously the celebrities feel pressure, especially in these situations. The bride feels pressure. Do you still feel any pressure yourself when you're working with celebrities or a very, luxe kind of a bride? Do you still feel any at all?
All the time.
Oh, you do?
All the time. But you know what? I feel the pressure before. The preparation, because it's kind of a unique, all the time it's unique. Of course, for a bride, they want it to be unique, just one time. For a red carpet appearance, you can't do it again.
Oh, right.
So if it's not good, it's not good. I mean, all the pictures, they are already on social media, on internet. So you have no opportunity to have a second chance. So that's why I'm feeling the pressure. And for a bride, I know how important it is. I know that all the pictures are going to stay forever.
Right.
I know that she wants to feel unique. So that's why I have the pressure. And I don't, it's not a joke for me. It's really, really, really important. The way I'm taking care of my clients, I know I can't miss it. It's too important. It's too important for them. They dream of the moment. They prepare it for a long time with the wedding planner, with the family, with everyone. And all the time in my head, I have this. That's why I have the pressure. But when I'm with the bride, the pressure is away because we prepare this moment. I know what I'm going to do. I know with the bride what we want to do. So we just want to have the calmest moment, like a good time together.
Yeah. What about makeup for men? I assume it's getting more and more common that men will be made up. I mean, obviously for red carpet and for editorials, I understand. But how do you feel about doing makeup for men?
I think it's super important. it has to be natural if the groom wants to be natural, of course. But it can't be natural just to mattify the skin if you're getting married in a very humid weather or warm weather. But it's good for the picture because you're sure that if it was a little bit hard for you to sleep the day before, you're going to look perfect in your picture too. So it's just some touch, not a lot, but some touch to look the best of yourself.
Mm. Also, I know you work on advertising campaigns with major brands and you do editorials. What are the differences like, with your approach when you are working on an advertising campaign or for an editorial?
So for this, I would say the approach is different. It's different because for a model, it's a job. So it's their everyday life. It's doing this. One for a bride, it's just one time. It's not a job. It's a family event. So no, I won't say it's the same approach. For a red carpet, it's not too far, but not for editorial or except the preparation, the production before. But I would say the same approach with the wedding planner, because when you're working in a very big campaign, sometimes it took like two weeks, 1 month before, talking about the light, talking about the setting, the set, etc. I would say the same. I would do the same thing with the wedding planner.
I see. And Harold, what is the hardest part about what you do? Is there anything that you still struggle with yourself personally?
I would say meeting different personality. Because even if you know what to do, but the person you have in front of you could be different from a day to another. So it's dealing with personality, and it's what I love. I love the fact that today I can have a very calm, very calm client, bride, and the day after she could be super stressed, and doing my job to make her super calm. So it's this, but this is the most exciting part: is meeting different people.
Yeah. And just a couple more questions. Have there been any really huge challenges that you've had to face? Do you have any good stories about a really big challenge and how you overcame it? Other than Angelina Jolie, because that was so early in your career.
So early. No, you know what? I would say there's a challenge all the time, because I'm lucky to do some phenomenal, incredible wedding. And it's all the time a challenge because sometimes I have a request just 1 week or 2 weeks before, and you have to organize all the different looks. And the day, I have a story. So it was a request 2 weeks before. She asked me if I can come to Vietnam to take care of her for her wedding. So I say, okay, of course I can come, etc. And I arrived for a 5 days wedding. And on the first day, she told me, okay, I have 40 guests, and can you take care of them for their hair and makeup with your team?
All 40.
And I just came with 2 assistants.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, we have no alternative. We really have to do it with you because it was at the Belle Hadid, so it was impossible to find local people.
Yeah.
So I have 5 days to fly all my assistants from Paris, my assistant from Hong Kong, my assistant from all the people I know, and I trust, to take care of the guests. So it was something very special to do, very exciting, very stressful also.
Yeah, that's quite a story. And do you have any advice to up and coming people who are doing makeup and hairstyles who want to go to the higher level, who want to reach your level? Like, what is the absolute top, 1 or 2 tips that you would recommend for them? I
would say trying to look for the perfection, but in their own way. When I call perfection, it's not being the same. No, it's not like a standard. It's not like I should do my makeup like that or I should do that. It's just finding your own standard, and after it's how you can develop it, but to the best. To the best, because when you're dealing with a very demanding client, they are looking for perfection. They don't want to talk a lot about something. They just want to trust you, and they just want for you to meet their own perfection. Sometimes you can have a bride and her main concern is for her to have the hair perfectly straight, for example. Another bride would be for her to be super calm because she needs like her hair and makeup who knows how to make her calm. So it depends on that. I would say looking for your own perfection. When you reach that, you are a master of your own field.
Yeah.
It's rare to find someone who is very good in their own field. And it's the best way to be different. The best way to be different.
Yeah, that is definitely the struggle for any artist, I would say. And just the very last, my final question: what does success mean to you? What do you consider when you think of the word success? What does that mean to you?
Success is happiness. Is when you work on something super hard with different people. Because for me, success is not individual. It's not just you. I don't think you can reach success just by yourself. You reach success with other people. And the success is when with different people you have a project, you work on it, you have some fun together, you have some crazy together, and at the end you are overwhelmed with joy because you did it. And I think a success is endless when you want it. It's what I like. I mean, the day I won't have this feeling, the feeling when you're so satisfied, I will just stop what I'm doing. For me, a success is when, for example, I'm seeing my bride and she feels super confident, super happy. And when after her husband is looking at her saying, "You're so beautiful, you're so yourself, this is a success. It's a success for me."
I love that. Harold, thank you so much for taking this time with me. I love your work. And this has just been a pleasure to get to know you more. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for listening to my conversation with Harold James. Be sure to check out his website at hjparis.com. His social media handle on Instagram is also hjparis. And if you missed it, be sure to check out the show notes at our website oftheweddingbiz.com. And please share this with friends and colleagues who you feel would really enjoy this interview. And please give a top review wherever you get your podcast from because it helps people find the show. And finally, don't forget to listen to our follow-on segment, which comes out this Wednesday called The Next Level, in which I have a guest co-host. And together we tease out some of the highlights of the interview, break them down so that you can use them to raise your own business to the next level. And this week's guest co-host is going to be Reem Aradaki, bridal designer out of Paris. So we'll catch you next week on The Wedding Biz.